So you said you were here about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
What did we do last time?
We did like a really small trim.
Just
and
dusted
like
it.
yeah.
Okay, just kind of tried to add a little bit of shape or texture to it maybe?
I think you cut off like a bunch of dead ends, and then I don't know what magic you did, but the curls just like came back to life.
Kind of came back to life. Let's talk about that, because I think that's where there's like some really good stuff in there. Did you switch over to the InnerSense product?
I switched over to InnerSense. I used to shampoo like every time I showered, and I stopped.
Yeah.
So then now I'm down to two a week.
Perfect.
I think those were, and then I was using that intense shampoo that was stripping everything because I thought I had hard water.
Yes.
So I stopped doing that.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Very cool. Have you stuck with nothing but the InnerSense stuff?
Nothing but
ever
the
since?
InnerSense stuff.
It makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
And again, it isn't magic. It's what they refuse to have in there. They really let the water do the work, which actually hydrates and moisturizes. Crazy. What a concept.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm loving hearing that. And this is only our second time together.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that today might be the day that we would. So this is only our second time together.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that today might be the day that we would.
I want to know how much you want to take.
I'm on your team. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do.
Well, so I noticed, especially if I just am lazy about styling it, the ends will start going straight. So like there's a certain amount that I know is just like needs to go from a health perspective, and that's kind of what I'm trying to go for. Because I want to feel also just like that there's more bounce and life to the curls. I feel like sometimes they just like
kind of just drop.
Yeah.
There's a different volume threshold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some people that have like natural anti-gravity root,
Yeah.
they just come in real nice and coily. Even if it's not that dense, they can grow their hair 10 feet long and have volume still. Whereas somebody who has a little bit more of a finer situation, less texture, less anti-gravity, the longer it gets, sure, you get the length quicker, but that volume is really, really hard to get.
Yeah.
So what I want to make sure is what are you looking for? Are you looking to get this to try to pop up, or are you just trying to like get a little bit more shape like around you?
I think popping up is like unrealistic for me. So even though if I would want that, I don't know if I can because the roots are so straight. So I'm down for as much volume as you can get for me, but I also want to be realistic that I don't think I'm going to be having,
Which I don't think either. But again, all I've kind of done was kind of dust around and
Yeah.
knock some things off and just
Yeah.
kind of move you in the right direction. Today would be we're going to F around and find out. The beauty industry is BS.
Yeah.
Has it gone like styling it, detangling it? Is it a big difference now?
Styling it, I do it so much differently because I add so much more water now.
Nice.
And so it feels very different. And then I also just try now to have days where I don't put product in and I just kind of get a sense of what it feels like.
Because why?
Yeah.
Perfect.
But it's still kind of, I don't know, again, what's idealistic versus realistic, but like I still have a little frizz and poof going on,
I think that we've been so, and this is the hill I'm going to die on. The beauty industry is
Yeah.
BS. They're going to show you pictures, and it sucks because then you start like seeing, influencers and, popular people that are like pushing this stuff out there like, oh, look, this is what your hair, and they probably have a good heart. I'm sure that they do, but like this is what your hair could look like. How it's taken is this is how it should look.
Yeah.
And they spent all this time on all this product, doing all these things to be like, oh, cool. And then we start to get this idea in our head that this isn't correct.
Yeah.
And I am so not into whatever that is. This is the hair that's growing out of your head. You're on a mission to get healthy. If it gets healthy, it's easier to do. It looks great. It's just like less effort, easy going. And that's what I want. I want you to feel really good without having to put in a bunch of work.
Yeah.
These flyaways, I wouldn't even notice them. I'm seeing the person, and I'm seeing somebody who's happier with their hair.
Yeah.
And that's a light that shows from within that you just can't get that the other way.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
wanting to knock it off, like talking about like losing length, the pro of that is you're going to be knocking off a lot of the stuff that has been taxed.
Yeah.
Right? It's been shampooed every day or as often as you were doing it. It's got the other history on it where since you've seen me last, you've kind of changed some things up. That doesn't have that history on it anymore. So it's like there's that. But I'm sure that's probably still, if it's been about 6 months, you're probably coming up here. And I don't want to take you that short.
Yeah.
So there'll still be some of that left. But I think if you're like not the person that's like, I have to have really long hair, then I say while you're in this like open-minded, open-hearted like state, Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm open because
Well-
especially for practical reasons, I ride horses.
Oh,
I need
cool.
to tuck all this in my helmet.
Got it. Well, this will make that easier.
It'll make it easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted really long hair for a long time, and I think I've like gotten the feel of this for so many years that I'm like, I know I'll get it back if I want
100%.
it. So I'm down to. Yeah, I'm
I
with
just like
you.
the idea of when you do that.
Yeah.
It's a very different hair.
Yeah.
It'll be healthier because it won't have the same story on it when it gets this long again,
Totally.
which will be so cool.
Yeah, I'm down for as much volume as you can get for me, but I also want to be realistic that I don't think I'm going to be having,
Which I don't think either. But again, all I've kind of done was dust around and
Yeah.
knock some things off and just
Yeah.
kind of move you in the right direction. Today would be we're going to F around and find out.